Hey everybody, David Steenkamp here. Video number 18. We're finally out of the settings area, and now we're going to go through the tools section. Okay, so the first thing you're going to see when you just click on tools is the press this, which is like a bookmarklet. I always thought it's kind of like, I don't know, like just a way for you to basically you have to add it to your bookmarks bar, and then you can use it to like get shortcuts or URLs or whatever from other websites. Honestly, I've never used it. I don't know anybody else that has, so yeah, I'm not even gonna touch on it because I don't know. If you have any questions about it, let me know. But I'm sure a Google search can probably teach you a lot more than I could, and I just don't think it's worth the time for this series. um, all right, so categories and tags converter, I kind of feel the same way about, but for someone in your guys' position, I don't think you're going to need to even touch on those items yet. However, you may need to touch on these ones. So here's the import section under tools. So now if you had a blog on WordPress.com or on Tumblr or Movable Type or LiveJournal or Blogger or something like that, this is where you can go to actually import like those posts or comments or users or media or all sorts of things. So what you do, let's say, actually, you know what? I'm going to leave this section for a second, and I'm going to go to export. So the tools export section, this is something I personally do whenever I'm doing a big update to WordPress or to one of my themes. I know that most people would say, "Oh, you should do a database backup, blah blah blah." But you know what? If you're not 100% sure on how to do, a database backup or how to restore, especially from a database backup, just do this as like a mini sort of safeguard, and this will get like a lot of your stuff still saved. So let's say we want to export all of our content. So this is going to export at the time of this recording all of our posts and all of our pages, which we only have like one each of, and they're both sample and crappy. But whatever, we want all of it. So I'm going to click this download export file. Now what it is an XML file, and that's basically just like a big text file that's got all your information in it. So I'm going to press OK, and my stuff saves to the desktop, so it'll come right here. I'm going to get rid of this deposit photos thing. Okay. So there it is, yellowflowers.wordpress. And then the date. So now I've saved that, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, good. So I've saved it. So now, I would go in and I do all my, my updates or whatever, and I just keep this here just in case. So if something crashed, and I had to reset up my WordPress, what I can do is, so after, you set your WordPress up again, you would then go to Tools, Import, and then you would click on WordPress. Now it's going to ask you to install this thing. So it's just called the WordPress importer. So all you have to do is click on the Install Now button. I don't really think you need to go through all these items here. It's pretty self-explanatory. So what it is it's a plugin. So all you got to do is click on Activate Plugin and Run Importer. So now it's like, oh hey, so you want to use this, so let's go ahead and you tell us where that file is that you want us to import. So we click Browse. Okay, so I'm just going to go to, where's my desktop? There's my desktop. And then I'm going to look for this Yellow Flowers XML file. So that's what you do. You'd highlight that, press Open, and then you'd click this upload file and import. And what that would do is it would take all of your pages and all of your posts that you had saved in there, and it would then import them again. So, it's not as good as doing a MySQL database backup and then restore from a MySQL database backup, because that restores all sorts of other things. It would restore all of your settings that you saved. It would restore, also like pretty much everything else that you had. But this little one will keep your pages and your posts, which in my opinion are probably like 90% of your website anyway. So, you might have to go back in and change your settings or something like that, but as long as you remember what they are mostly, I don't think you're going to have too much of a problem. And it's probably not going to take you more than an hour to do those other things anyway. But, however, in a much later video, I am going to show you how to just get a very simple database backup that does one of those proper database backups for your website, and it's quite simple to use actually. And it'll save other things like your photos. I don't think that this saves photos, so that is another crappy thing that that might be tougher to do. So it'll put all your blog posts on, but you might have to go back in and put like the featured images or associated images back in. So that's pretty much that. So let's see here. So that's the export. That's what it does, is it creates that little file there, and you can do one at a time if you want. So you can do posts, and then you can choose, oh, which ones do you want? But most people just want all of them, so then you click download, and then pages is kind of the same thing. Do you want it from just a specific author, or do you want it from everybody, or do you want a specific date range, or do you only want ones that are pending or ones that are drafts? So but most people, again, I just say all content from everybody, absolutely everything, and download it. Okay, and then yeah, and then again the import is just this WordPress thing. One other thing I should mention: if you have a new theme, and like almost all the time, a new theme, especially a purchase theme, will have some sort of sample.xml file, and what that will do is it will actually import a whole bunch of new content that's just like dummy text or dummy content. So it'll create a bunch of pages, it'll create a bunch of posts, it'll try to connect the photos to them if it can, and this is where you do that. So you'd go to Tools, Import, WordPress, download the plugin, which we've already done, obviously, right? And then you'd go to Browse, and then you'd probably have it like, let's say this WordPress folder was called I don't know, like what's like a WordPress theme? Like I use that Elegant Themes one. So let's say I had the sky theme. So I'd go into I'm just pretending that this is now the sky folder. So I'd go in here, right? I'm just gonna drag it in. And usually where they keep it is in the content, and then oh gosh, right? This has like nothing. The content themes, sorry, it wouldn't be in here. It would be like right away, you'd probably see it. So I don't think 2014 even has one. Let's see, I'm just going to move this up a little bit. Sorry. So again, we're looking for an XML file, so I'm just going to arrange by type, see if I can find it. There we go. Not in here. See, I don't actually think it has it, but if it does have it, it's probably right here, and you just find that XML file, and then you know where to browse to when you are ready. I think usually for Elegant Themes anyways, they put it in the theme folder, so whatever the theme is called. So let's say you got Sky or Divi or something like that, and then they'll have another folder that's called sample or sample-xml or something like that, and you find just the sample.xml file, and that's the one that you'd want to import here. And then you'd press upload file and import, it would do its thing, and then you'd go back to your site and refresh it, and you'd see like a whole bunch of stuff, so that you could get some ideas of how it all works, how featured images work, how the pages can look, and how the different homepage items can look, and all sorts of stuff. So that's basically I'm going to say that's the whole tools section that you're probably going to need to know about. Alright, I'm going to cut this video out, and next we'll go, I think we can just go straight into the users section. Is that where I'm going next? Yeah, that's where we'll go next. So we'll go into the users section next. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.